What's up guys? Christian Brindle here. We're back with another video, and today I'm going to talk to you about 3 traps that new agents commonly fall into in the insurance space and how you can avoid them, how you can spot them, and how you can keep your nose clean and have a very, very successful book of business, agency, and career selling insurance. This video is sponsored by none other than Lead Heroes, you guys. Lead Heroes has got you covered when it comes to telemarketed leads and virtual staffing. On the lead side, whether it be Medicare supplement leads, final expense leads, turning 65 leads, they just got something for everybody. They can also actually have you plug in with one of their virtual staff members on the staffing side to where you can pay by the hour for one of their trained and very well vetted staff members to help you out in your business in a virtual assistant format. Just because you watch this video, they're going to give you 10% off any order you make on their website. Link to the site can be found down in the description, so go ahead and check them out. Okay guys, let's get into this. 3 traps new agents fall into, okay? So the first thing we're going to talk about, the first thing on our list here today is what I'm going to call leads over comp. Now, what does that mean, leads over comp? Well, it's very common in the insurance industry today that you have a lot of agencies and a lot of organizations out there, and I'm not trying to disparage anybody, but they will preach that it's okay for you to give up a sizable amount of the commission that you can earn just in order to get free leads. Repeat after me. There is no such thing as free, okay? Everything comes with some kind of catch. Everything comes with some kind of string attached, okay? And free leads is no different. One thing that people need to understand is if you're going to be put at the proper levels in your commission and your compensation structure, typically the upline is not going to be able to make as much spread on their override to be able to pay for your leads. So it's common that people actually will do a deal with somebody, do a deal with an upline where they sacrifice their commission for leads. Now that is perfectly fine if you're taking an LOA position with an agency, you're taking a salaried position, you're working in an office somewhere. That is perfectly fine. But what I mean by this is somebody that's trying to work out of their house. They are put in a situation where they're really just treated like an independent. They're treated like a 1099 person, but they're really LOA. LOA stands for licensed only agent, and it's when your commissions are assigned to another person and then they get to pay you as much of it as they want, or potentially not at all if they want to, because they own that clientele. They own that book of business. So some people will preach to you and some people will pitch to you that, hey, we'll give you free leads. We'll give you this many free leads a month. And in exchange, we want you to take a significant haircut on your commissions and on your compensation structure, okay? So because of this, because this is so commonly seen in our industry today, you typically see it with a lot of the MLM and multi-level marketing organizations, and they push you to recruit your friends and family, all that stuff. It all kind of ties together in a sense. But anytime you're sacrificing your commission and your compensation for leads, and you're in an organization where they're treating you like a 1099 but they own all your commissions, right? That's kind of where I would like to see people stay away from, because I just don't feel like it's of value to the agent. What you're typically finding is a lot of times they're giving you year-old leads, 2-year-old leads, 3 or 4-year-old leads. They're giving you leads that are years and years old. They're definitely not fresh leads. They might be shared leads. You just do not know where these leads are coming from and how many other people they're being shared with, even if they might tell you that they're fresh and exclusive just for you. So this is a very, very common issue that we see in the insurance business, and it's a common problem that we're seeing time and time again that new agents fall prey to. What I've always told people is if you just allow somebody to feed you, you're never going to learn how to hunt. But if you learn how to hunt yourself, then you're going to be able to eat forever and you're not going to be dependent on anybody else, okay? That is the truth if you're trying to build a career, build an independent career on your own as a 1099 individual independent agent, okay? You want to have control over that, right? If you're depending on another person to feed you leads, that is problematic because you don't know how to take care of yourself. You're almost like a baby that needs to be spoon-fed. You can't get your own business. You need somebody else to give you that business. Now, like I said, salaried LOA positions are totally different. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm more talking about when you're not being paid a salary. You're not given an office. You're literally working out of your garage and somebody contracts you as an LOA with the promise of just giving you free leads. Also, a lot of times what I've found is if you're good at it, you get good at selling, you get good at marketing, you get good at getting yourself in front of your potential clients and customers, you can typically buy your own leads and then some with the extra commission. So it's just always better to have that control and not do a deal with the devil or sell your soul for just a little bit of free leads. You don't know what they are. They could be aged leads. They could have been bought for $1 a piece for all you know, and they're giving you 50 of them, and they're keeping 50% of your commission potentially, right? So this is number one. You don't want to trade your comp for leads. Number two, you guys, hype instead of substance. Let me explain what I mean by this. There's a lot of organizations out there that, or maybe, teachers or gurus or people in the insurance space that do not sell insurance, and they have a very, very limited background of selling insurance, and they don't make any of their money by actually selling insurance policies, or their agency actually doesn't sell insurance policies. They sell to agents. And I'm not saying that that's necessarily such a bad thing all the time. There's plenty of people I know in our space that fall into this category, and there's a tremendous amount of great things that you can learn from them, and there's a tremendous amount of great things that I have learned from people in that situation. But anytime I think you're in a situation where someone really doesn't have anything to teach you, and all that they're there to do is motivate you or hype you up or whatever the case might be, it's almost like you're shooting something in your arm, right? Like you're doing a drug of some kind. You might feel that temporary buzz for a second, and it might feel great in the moment, but when you actually get around to actually implementing what you're learning, you're not going to know what to do with all of that hype and all of that motivation, because there's no real value and there's no X's and O's being taught on what you can implement into your business. How can I take what I've learned and implement it into my day-to-day process in order to make more profits in my business, right? That's the end of the day. What you should be learning is actually a blueprint, a strategy, a marketing idea on what you can do to actually grow your business. I'm all for motivational speaking and hype and all of these other things, but there's entire conferences built around this where they really don't teach you anything about insurance, right? Half of the speakers aren't even in the insurance business, right? They couldn't spell the word premium. Now, if that's your thing and that you just want to see celebrities, there's always Comic-Con. You can see a lot more celebrities at Comic-Con, but I'm a big fan over substance, over hype. And I think new agents should feel the same way, because when you're new, you really need that substance. That matters a lot more. Now, if you're the type of person that you just have trouble being motivated and you just have trouble getting out of bed in the morning, then maybe that kind of stuff is good for you, but that's only going to take you so far. I'm a much bigger fan of substance, and I think you should seek out substance over hype. Number three, KoolAid instead of water, okay? There's so many organizations out there that almost built like cult-like, Scientology-like followings, right? To the point where nothing exists outside of them. Everybody else is stupid for not working with them, right? And I understand the mentality, right? That's how all organizations should probably conduct themselves, because it is them against the world. And I actually don't completely hate the idea of drinking Kool-Aid. But when you're in an organization, let's say you're in a captive organization, there's plenty that come to mind to where you can only offer one or two of their products, and the products are completely inferior. Your commission is maybe 10% of what it could be. They pay you almost nothing. And they just absolutely disparage anybody outside of that organization because they don't want you to know anything outside of that. It's almost like they indoctrinate you. It's almost like a cult, right? You're indoctrinated to know what they want you to know. Anything outside of that is bad. It's Scientology, right? It's very much a Scientology kind of like model, right? In some of these organizations. I always preach to people that you want to seek knowledge, you want to seek understanding, and you want to make sure that you're doing the best thing for your business through and through, right? So I would say if something is coming across a little cultish, understand that you might be being fed some Kool-Aid, right? Not all Kool-Aid's bad. I'm not completely against Kool-Aid. I like my glass of Kool-Aid every now and then, but I want it to make sure that it tastes good and it's not going to rot my insides from the inside out, okay? So make sure that you're not drinking Kool-Aid and you're not being fed Kool-Aid by your organization. Make sure that you keep your individualism, you think critically, and you're not just buying all the BS that's being fed to you in certain organizations that pump Kool-Aid. Anyway, guys, did you enjoy this video? Did you find this helpful? Did you agree with my 3 pointers here. If you did, I'd love to kind of hear some feedback from you in the comment section. Go ahead and leave a comment down below. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor and smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It helps me find more agents just like you so we can save them from these 3 traps, okay? So you can help an agent by smashing that like button, okay? Make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you're notified when we upload. And until next time, guys, thanks so much for watching. Here's to your success and your abundance, and I'll see you at the top. Thanks, guys.